Hey guys, what's going on? Greenville Gear. Really appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks to all of you out there who give my videos a like or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. This is a humble operation that's been around since 2019 or so, and it's just a fun way for me to be connected in the hobby. So, big day today. I've got a stack of 13 cards that I received back from PSA yesterday. So I wanted to share those with you. We'll go in order from oldest to newest, but all of these ostensibly are 50s and 60s Hall of Famers, and then we kind of dip just into the 70s. But this is a big part of my collection, and so I've been working on just building out Hall of Fame players from this era in PSA holders, just for kind of consistency. But 13 of them. Let's get started, and I'll show you what I got back. By the way, the order came back from PC Sports Cards, who I really recommend. They've been great. I've done, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 submissions through them to PSA, and it was great. I put this order in, I believe, in April or May, and now it's November. I got it back. And that's not PC Sports Cards, that's PSA. So here's the first card. A player I really like to collect, Mini Minoso. And I had been grabbing his stuff before he made the Hall of Fame, just because I thought he was a really cool player. And then I was delighted that he made the Hall of Fame. So this is the 1955 Bowman, grades at a PSA 2. I thought a lot of this order was a little heavy on the grading, but of course, who doesn't view an order and think, oh, my grades should have been higher than that? But in this case I did. There is some wear on this side of the card, so I think that probably really hurt this card overall, but still it presents nicely. And I just thought that was a nice one. Sticking with Minoso, this is his 1956 Topps. Really like this card and really like this set. This came in as a PSA 4, which is about what I expect. I think I got this card on ComC. Maybe summer before last, something like that. And so I'd been kind of just setting aside cards that I thought I would send to PSA. And then, of course, we know that it took 6 months on the PSA thing. So, you know, again, I've had this card for probably a year and a half. So it's really fun to have it back and graded and in the holder. I think 1956 might be my next kind of set build. I haven't decided yet, but if you watch the channel and do check it out, I'm busily working on a 1960 Topps set. And so you can check that out in some of my other videos. But I think maybe after 1960, I might be thinking about that 1956 set. Here's the next card. This is a 1958 Topps Bob Lemon. Card number 2. And this one got a 2. So I thought the corners were pretty sharp. I thought overall it was a pretty nice looking card, but there is some centering here. It kind of brought it down to a 2. Again, I think this could sneak into a 3 or 4, which is kind of my sweet spot for this run. Most of the cards I've collected are 3, 4, 5. So this one's a little low, but still neat card. Sticking with 1958, I've actually got a couple more here. Here's a Jim Bunning, card 115. Kind of that Pepto-Bismol pink. But there's Jim. This is the 1958, and this one got graded a 3. So overall, you know, if I was interested in reselling or any of that kind of stuff, maybe I didn't do so well, but these are just going into the PC, and I'm just happy to have them, like I said, holdered and consistently so. I have a Frankenstein collection, meaning that I have some from PSA slabs and SGC slabs, particularly my T206 collection, which you can also check out on the channel. But for this particular run of 50s and 60s Hall of Famers, I really prefer the consistency of the PSA. That way they're just all nice and consistent and same. Here's another Minoso, I think the third and final one of this order. This is also from 1958. I love this card. Nice bright yellow. There he is when he was with the Cleveland Indians. And this one graded a 4. Really sharp corners. It's definitely off top to bottom. Fun card. I have actually one more from 1958, and it's an all-star card. And it's card 479, and it's Nellie Fox. And there's the all-star card. Pretty sharp, little off left to right. Nice portrait. And PSA determined that it was a excellent 5. So that is a fine PC card for me. Up next is a 1959 card, and it's also Nellie Fox, but it's with his teammate, Luis Aparicio. This is the Keystone Combo card. This one also was a 5. There they are as teammates. Got his arm around his buddy there. That's great. These cards in this set in 1959 are great. You can probably see in the distance here. I just love this card too. This is not obviously from this order, but a previous pickup. But that's the Destruction Crew, Minoso, my guy, Rocky Colavito, and Larry Doby. And so 2 Hall of Famers. Maybe Colavito gets in someday. Who knows? But I like that design with this kind of rising sun almost design in the background. Next up, 1961. Robin Roberts, Hall of Fame pitchers for the Phillies. And there it is. It's almost like this one got a little sun faded or something like this, but PSA did score it or grade it a 4. I feel like I had a 3 in my collection of this card. You can get this card everywhere and very affordably. Roberts is not a particularly, in-demand Hall of Famer, but if you're in the Hall of Fame, that's good enough for me. That's always been my approach, but here's this card, so that's the 4. Neat card, and then I'll sell the 3 to buy more cards. And maybe someone will want that in their collection. So I have a couple of combo cards coming up, leaders cards. One of them is this one. This is the National League Strikeout Leaders card from 1968 Topps. I always think it's cool because you can kind of go back and kind of see the history of where some of the other prominent names of the era might rate. But what's cool about this card is there it is. Card number 11. NL Strikeout Leaders has not 1, not 2, but 3 Hall of Famers right on the card. Jim Bunning, Fergie Jenkins, and Gaylord Perry. I just think that's so neat. So I've been on the lookout for cards where 2 or 3 are Hall of Famers, and even better in this case if they're all Hall of Famers. So this was graded a 4. Very good EX. Cool card for the collection. Pumped about that one. I don't have a lot of cards of this guy, Tony Leva. Hall of Famer, of course. Card 165. This is also from 1968 Topps. Neat baseball card. PSA graded this one a 5 as well. Cool with the kind of warm-up swing there, posing for the photo. Just a neat baseball card. Sticking with 1968 Topps, back to Luis Aparicio. This is card 310. There's that one. I think they used the same image in 1969 Topps. You can let me know, but it seems like I've seen this image a couple times. PSA graded this one a 4. Again, right in the sweet spot for my collecting and this part of my PC. 1969 Topps. I told you that we're kind of in the 50s and 60s, but we're going to dip into the 70s in a minute. Here's Joe Morgan. Always loved Joe Morgan growing up. Always loved him as an announcer too. But here's young Joe in 1969. And this is a PSA 4. This is before, of course, he went to Cincinnati. Two more cards. This is another one of those leaders cards that I was describing, RBI leaders, card 63. This is from 1970 Topps. And there you've got Hall of Famers and Perez and McCovey. This was graded a PSA 3. Kind of neat. I don't have a lot of 1970 Topps, so that was kind of fun. And then the last one dips into the 70s. This is a 1976 Topps Gary Carter. And I have been grabbing 70s Hall of Famers if I can get them on a deal. But this was one I had bought, obviously ungraded. Rookie Cup, great photo. Kind of a young Gary Carter here. And so I sent this one in because it just looks so clean, and it got a PSA 8. Hard to say what my favorite card of the order is, but this was a very pleasant surprise. And would be in the conversation. Clean example. Just an overall nice card. Actually, I mean, while we're at it, that would probably be in the conversation for favorite card of the order. And I would say the 56 Minoso would be the other in the conversation. But let me know in the comments if you had a favorite, or if you collect 50s and 60s Hall of Famers, or anything else that struck you about the video. That'd be great. Thanks again for watching as always, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.